Hello friends, my name is Michelle Fondin and I'm the author of The Wheel of Healing with Ayurveda, an easy guide to a healthy lifestyle, and the Wheel of Healing companion workbook, which helps you to go deeper into the questions and answers of Ayurveda in your life. It's a deeper study on Ayurveda. Today we're going to talk about the Vata, Dosha, Ayurvedic daily routine. So just a little bit of a refresher. The Vata dosha is comprised of the elements of space and air. And if you want to know a little bit more about the Vata dosha, go ahead and click on the videos in the playlist on the Vata dosha, which can help you to get a better understanding of the Vata dosha. So we live in an extremely Vata society, don't we? We're always on. We're on 24 hours a day, it seems. We're always getting emails and text messages, and we have advertising in the computer, and we have banner ads, and TV is just flashing things on the screen, and our stores are open 24 hours a day. So we live in this very moving and changing society. So if your primary mind-body type is the Vata dosha, it can be really hard to stay balanced. And even if you're not Vata primarily, even if you're a Pitta type or a Kapha type, but you live in a fast track Vata society, it can be really hard to keep your doshas in balance. So we're going to divide the circadian clock, if you will. So the circadian rhythm is a 24-hour clock in a day. So, it's our 24-hour clock. The Ayurvedic doshas have predominance at certain times of the day. For example, from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., it's Kapha time. From 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., it's Pitta time. From 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., it's Vata time. Then the cycle repeats itself. So from 6 p.m. until 10 p.m., it's Kapha time. Then from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., it's Pitta time. And from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m., it is Vata time. That's the second Vata time in the cycle, or the first, depending on which way you look at it, of course. So for a Vata dosha type, it's best that you get about 7 to 7.5 hours of sleep. Some Vatas feel better with 8 hours of sleep. You're going to wake up at the beginning of Kapha time. So generally speaking, you're going to wake up about 6 a.m. to 6:30 a.m., right at the cusp, at the beginning of that Kapha time. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take time for yourself, because typically Vata types are off and running. It's to the races. And Vatas typically have this spike and fall of energy. Their energy level is not level. It's not high level. It goes in spikes and then it drops. And then it goes in spikes and then it drops. So it's really important for you as a Vata type to just honor this in yourself and just know that when you need to be super productive, that you have to ride the wave of that spike of energy, because that energy will drop and you're going to need to rest and do something more restful as an activity. So that's the way you need to plan your day. So since the morning time is Kapha time, it's a time of a hypometabolic state. So it's a slower state, which is great for Vata types. So you're going to start the day with your meditation, with your yoga asana practice, with your pranayama breathing practice. And then you're going to make sure to eat breakfast. You do not want to skip breakfast. You have to eat a breakfast. If you're a Vata type, you need to be eating about every 3 hours. So you're eating like a lighter type meal, but you are feeding your body about every 3 hours until about 3 hours before bedtime. So you want to make sure that you get breakfast. I do have a video on what to eat as far as Vata foods are concerned. So you can always tune into that video to get the Vata foods. So you might want to eat probably about 7:30 a.m. after you do your meditation and yoga asana practice. Then you're going to go about your day doing the work that you need to do. You want to make sure that you're getting your lunch around noontime And if you need to, around 10 a.m. or 10:30 a.m., you're going to get a snack. So the snack can be light. It doesn't have to be heavy, but just like a few almonds and maybe a yogurt might be a good thing for a Vata type. Or for example, you might have a nice ripe piece of fruit, such as a mango or a peach or something that's sweet along with that yogurt. So that might be a good time to have the Vata snack. And then you're going to have your lunch, 12, 12:30, 12:45, just depending on when you had that snack. Then the second Vata phase is going to spike in about 2 o'clock. This would be a really good time from 2 to 4, 2 to 5. Get some really good productive work in. So if there's a lot of cerebral or intellectual work that you need to get done, or even creative work that you need to get done, that time between 2 and 5 is a great time to get that productive work in because you have that Vata energy to get that in. Then about 5 o'clock, you want to get your second meditation in. So you want to be absolutely certain that you're getting that second meditation in between 5 and 6, 5 and 7 o'clock. So you want to meditate twice a day. It's so important if you're a Vata type that you do honor those meditation times and you really honor meditation in general. And then if you want to get your exercise in, Vatas either do well in the morning for exercise or as Kapha time is coming in. So as your cerebral activity for the Vata or the creative activity for your Vata is tapering off, because you're going to feel that slump again. That's why meditation is a really good time to do about 5 to 6 o'clock p.m. And you're going to feel that slump a little bit. If you need to, grab a snack. It's really important. Again, I usually grab my snack about 4:30 or prior to meditation, or as I'm coming off of that Vata type energy. I usually do a lot of writing during that time between 2 and 4. I'm doing video editing around that time. So it's a really good productive time for me. And then you are going to either exercise or do some reading activity around the time of the Kapha time. Now, you want to eat your dinner early-ish, so 7 maybe, 7:30, and then you are going to do quiet type activities between 7 and 10. You don't want to watch any scary movies or crime scenes or psychological thrillers, because Vata has a very active mind, and because you have that active mind, you're going to buy into fears and have fearfulness or nightmares or things or worrisome thoughts. Maybe you don't have nightmares. Maybe you don't have fears when you're watching thrillers or psychological thrillers or crime scene movies or action-packed movies with a lot of killing and violence. Maybe that's not you. But if you're a true Vata type, your mind's going to get racing and going, and you just don't want that racing and going mind before you're ready to go to bed. And you want to make sure that you're winding down and getting ready to bed between 10 and 10:30 p.m. And that's to keep it consistent. You want a consistently routine schedule. It's hard for a Vata type because you want to be spontaneous and you don't want to get into a rut and you don't want to get into a routine, but it's super important that you get into a routine if you want to balance Vata. So you're going to go to sleep around 10:30 to be able to get up by 6. You're going to do some lavender, some self-administered Abhyanga massage with a Vata oil or a really soothing oil. You want a warming oil like sesame or almond oil. Really good for you. You can take your Ayurvedic herbs. If you take Triphala, for example, to help you move your bowels in the morning, that's a really good time to take it as well, with a nice large warm glass of water. You can have your Vata tea at night before you go to sleep, just a little bit, and then you will drift off into a blissful sleep as long as you keep the room totally dark and you don't have those electronic devices like buzzing or blinking every few minutes. So that is for Vata. I know it was short, but it gives you a vision and view of like how you can go throughout your day and stay balanced with those cycles of rest and activity, and not be all about activity and not be all about erratic eating and erratic sleeping patterns, which Vata types do tend to do. So check in with yourself, just see how your energy levels are doing, and if you notice that you have a slump in energy and you're really not sure what to do it, or you have too much nervous energy. If you have too much nervous energy, it's time to take a break and go into your meditation. It's time to take a break and get a little walk in nature and get some fresh air. Or it's time to just call a friend and decompress. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing to this channel below. Share this video with friends, family, and your dog. And thank you for pledging your support on Patreon. I couldn't do this without your pledging and your support. www.patreon.com/Michelle S. Fondin, and I will see you in the next video.